Welcome, guys,
Oh, this is
gals,
gonna end
and
badly. Are you kidding?
welcome, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. We are waiting for the fallout, no pun intended, of what's going to happen in the Loudness Wars of Apocalypse World. I am Ferret, the gracious, wonderful, loving MC, and these are the four people I'm going to torch today with their love letters and the final action scene. And for something different, we have some love letters today, which are basically showing that I appreciate, I am invested in, and I kind of want to fuck up the lives of my players in the best possible ways. Now, of course, these love letters do have some good things, but if you roll badly, well, you've not just fucked over yourself, you fucked over your friends and family. And that's how we do it in Gnashville. So when I call upon you, please introduce yourself, a small bit of your character, and then I'm going to have you read out your love letter and roll for it. We're going to go in character keeper order. So we start with David. Would you introduce yourself and your character?
Hi, I'm David. I use he, him pronouns. And this evening I am playing Miss Dolly Extravaganza, Queen of House Extravaganza, mother of her family, third of her name. She is she is a drag queen in a drag house in Nashville. Always immaculately dressed, with a straight razor in her purse and a gun in her garter. Last we saw her, she had gone on a trip to the dust plains outside of Nashville, with the dashing pirate captain Skulljack, to retrieve some fine swag from the reflecting tower, in which she had had a confrontation with
Skywalker.
Yes, that's the one. With
Affairs at the
who
court.
exactly who later met an unfortunate end at the hands of some of her compatriots. Oh, sorry, and
Yeah,
that's and onto the love letter.
Yeah, just read it out. You don't need to. If you don't want to, you don't have to read out like all the good things you can get, but just read out the one you choose, the one or two you choose from rolling.
Certainly. Dear Dolly, well, good golly, Miss Dolly, aren't you swell Lux, standing up to an idol not once but twice, keeping your family whole and healthy, even going out into the dust and surviving the entire endeavor with a shit ton of diva goodness in your arms after you came back. I just have to snap my fingers and say yes. Yet war has been brewing, and war never changes. Just the actors playing out the motions. It takes a strong jeweled hand to stay a mother, and not a general in times like these. A hand guided by clear eyes and a calm mind. Have you managed to stay calm, or are you finally panicking? Feel lucky if you get to have the luxury of family beside you, family who offers you advice and tactical wisdom that you might never have thought of. Roll me plus sharp to see how well you've been utilizing this information. So I will roll my dice. That's a 6 on the dice, which gets me a total of 8. So on an 8, I get to choose one of the following options. Ooh. I think it's always tempting to have Jolene get tooled up and ready for battle, but I want to keep Skulljack around. I think he proved his worth last time. Okay. So I think Skulljack was one of the few survivors of the High Life slaughter. His hatchet is now yours to command, as he has too few people to raid the dust. He has proven his worth and respect, managing to become a new member of House Extravaganza.
I will add his ally stats to the game. You have a new ally, Miss Extravaganza. But it's not all party and luxury. Let's hear about Jackal from Rich and see how your tent revivals are going.
Hello, I'm Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. I am playing Jackal, who uses the pronoun of it because it is an android from before the fall, using the Hocus playbook. And now we'll move to this love letter from one of my favorite MCs. Dear Jackal, oh my darling droid, do you dream of electric sheep? Or do you dream of shinier, better things? I don't know what you dream of, you're fucking odd. I just know that, like any other flesh bag in this city, your dreams are only achievable through sacrifice or a shit ton of luck. And your luck has been running out, as the people willing to listen to your twisted truth. The ones that did, they got screwed sideways. Your followers are still loyal, still holding out, still willing to do what you want, still seeing you as their idol. That's something, ain't it? So, you've got to do a tent revival, drum up spirits, sing with the chorus. Do so by rolling me plus weird, and let's see how the threads of destiny have weaved your tapestry. So, Jackal's got a +2 in weird, thank goodness. Which makes that a 10, my friends. On a 10 plus, choose 2 of the following, right? Is math right?
Yes.
8, 5 plus 3. Okay, good. It's like, what? Choose 2 of the following. Oh my goodness, there is so many cool things. I could take the fortune to 3. There could be some amazing spin doctors making real magic and improving the augury. That one's tempting as well. I definitely have to take a buckaroo. Finally took you to the bunker, and you've been upgraded into something new and pristine by cannibalizing your sleeping siblings. They never knew it. They never felt anything, friends. Don't worry. Your machine body now counts as 2 armor, and your brutal piston-aided punches can be 3 harm hand messy AP if you use your full force behind them. Let me just highlight that one. And I think while you were sending the victims of the high life to their doom of your followers, your followers were looting their houses and stripping it for parts for the upcoming Loudness War. Look at the Gunluckers Fuck Off Big Guns list and pick one, alternately take 3 choices from the Chopper Weapon list. So I'm going to ask a character that hasn't been introduced yet. Lace, do you think, as my perfect advisor, do you think Jackal should get a grenade launcher, or should it have an augury that's still being maintained by others and thrumming in the aether?
I think that the augury is going to do us a little bit better in the long term.
Yeah. While a grenade launcher is really fun.
It's super fun.
There we go. Cool. So I will stop sharing. Thank you so much.
Oh, drat. Now the idols are still fighting amongst each other. Darn. Well, speaking of advisors, Lace, would you introduce yourself and read out your love letter?
My name is Sarah, but I use she, her pronouns. I'm playing Lace, who also uses she, her pronouns. She is our Skinner for this game. Dancer, confidant, possibly goddess. That's for next month. But we'll see what happens in this game. Let me pull up my letter. Dear Lace, oh, sweetie, you've been doing so well. I've been trying to infect you. I have. I'll be honest, the game was rigged and you still escaped. I'm so fucking impressed that I'm not even mad. Okay, well, maybe a little mad. You were going to be something big, something impressive, something to idolize, perhaps. But no, you're no idol. You don't belong to the church, heretic, heathen. You're something else. You may start a church all of your own one day. I expect it have wine instead used for something besides sacrament and more than crackers to eat, though. I ramble, though. Let's see how well your luck hold out. because luck eventually runs dry as the dust at the edges of Gnashville. But you tend to rely on the kindness of strangers, so roll me plus hot, and we'll see how friendly those strangers have been. So let's hope for the best. That wasn't super great, but it is a 6 plus 2, which is an 8. Pick one of the options. I've been looking at this way too long, and I keep going, new moves, hooray! And then going, that might be bad. So I think I'm going to take Grace Jonesing as an ally, because that means we also have at least some of the power of the Thunderground behind us.
And it's not like I've been looking at Grace Jonesing's battle song this entire week. No. So yay, Grace Jonesing is an ally. And finally, Puckett, would you introduce yourself and your wonderful character and read your love letter?
Hi, I'm Puckett. I use he, him pronouns. I think that 2 liters is the perfect serving size for root beer. And I am playing Hella. And Hella's basically that woman who absolutely terrified you with a very good reason. But if you know her and you're not an asshole, she's pretty chill. Just don't give her a reason to kill you. The love letter. Dear Hella, you've been smart, laying low while this war has been going on all around you. Maybe you've been taking a few contracts. Maybe you've been killing off some other assholes. Quite probably. Maybe you've been living the high life. You certainly had the damn barter to do so. I don't know, but it's a boon for you. Laying low means no one wants to kill you. Not that they usually do, Hella. That's a fool's errand anyway, knowing you. But enough blowing smoke. I need to see how cool you've been. So roll me plus cool. It'll be fine, I bet. So let's see what happens. Snake Eyes, plus 3 is a total of 5. Are you happy, Ferret?
Oh, no, not at all.
All right, so on a miss, choose one anyway. Man, what bad luck. Read the postscript. Discipline engagement, Dust Stalker, new weapon, eye on the door. I'll have to take a look at those in a second. You haven't been doing as well as we'd hoped. It's taken a lot of cash and reputation to stay out of harm's way, so much that you're nearly tapped. Tell me if you're out of all barter but one, or if you actually lost a fight. A fight against Dez? Nah, I still need to kill that motherfucker. So yeah, I guess I'm broke. But So Ferret, what does discipline engagement do, and what does eye on the door do?
Disciplined engagement allows you to decide. You decide before the roll comes up of any battle roll what harm you're dealing. It can be anything from stun harm to the maximum harm your gun or weapon would deal. So
Okay.
if you're shooting someone, like when you shot Charleston St. Laurent in the head, you could have just shot him to do stun harm, like with a bird shot, basically. Or dealt 1 harm to him with rock salt kind of thing, but it allows you to decide that. Eye on the door, roll plus cool. On a 10 plus, you're fucking out and safe from whatever you're running from. On a 7 to 9, you take something with you, leave something behind, or make a messy scene to get away. On a miss, you're in, you're out, you're caught.
I think I've got myself a Dust Stalker.
Oh dear. And when you're in a vehicle, you roll all battle moves with plus cool.
I thought this was a miss.
Well,
And all it cost was all of her barter.
yeah.
Yeah, so I have, what is it, all barter but one? So I'm down to 1 barter. Oh dear.
From
That's a hell of a bender.
Yeah. I mean, this reminds me of the other love letter I did with Rich, where it was either you lose all of your Twinkies or like you've been hiding out for a while. It's like, yeah, I've been hiding out my Twinkies.
Rue never give up Twinkies.
Yeah. So you have that wonderful gigantic car with machine guns on it. So this will be fun. Okay. So this is the beginning of session stuff. We need to highlight stats, roll moves, and decide on what barter we're spending for lifestyle. So, Dolly, who highlights for you?
Today, Jackal will be highlighting for me.
Oh, darling. Let me see. Sharp.
Remember, they do battle with Sharp pretty much.
Sharp. Please highlight Sharp.
And it looks like you're going to need to keep your head, so highlight Cool.
Certainly.
Jackal, who highlights for you?
I think that is not what we normally have had because we reset, but let me double check here. Yeah, now it's Dolly.
Yeah. So let's see. I think, yeah. I think given the dire straits we've been put into, I think it's time to see Jackal go hard.
Okay. All right.
And to make this interesting, I think Jackal needs to be weird.
Ha! Yes. That's exactly what I want. Both of those together. Perfect.
Lace, who highlights for you?
Go double or nothing, Dolly.
Ooh, excellent. Again, it is currently highlighted, but I definitely want to see Lace have to keep a cool head in the troubling times to come.
Let's try.
And I'm a nice ferret, so I'll say Hot, you're a Katy Perry song. And Hella, who highlights for you?
It appears to be Jackal. Jackal's the only one that I have any kind of positive history with at this point.
I
Yes.
know.
It is Jackal.
It is me. Me. We'll go Cool. You're a battle babe. I need you to be super cool today anyway.
And I need you to be paranoid. Let's go Sharp.
All right. Got that taken care of.
Okay, and Jackal, you need to roll fortunes to see how your followers are doing.
Snake eyes.
So not well. List off all your wants for me.
Desertion, desperation, savagery.
Oh, this is going to be a lovely last setting. And Dolly, you're back at your house. You don't need to spend any barter for lifestyle. Jackal, how much barter are you spending on lifestyle?
Well, I happen to have 3 barter, unless I made some from my followers, but I have a feeling that that's not happening. So I will spend 2.
Oh dear. Lace, how much are you spending on lifestyle?
After the events of last session, I think I'm gonna lay low for a little while. Just spend the 1.
And Hella, are you spending your last barter on lifestyle, or are you starting in the dirt?
Well, I'm definitely starting in the back of my dust stalker. That's where I've been sleeping. I mean, why not sleep in an armored fortress? But I'm going to go ahead and actually spend it so that I can, start off in semi-okay shape.
Yes, so I think I know exactly how we're starting out. Jackal, your people, ever since the High Life slaughter, they have been restless. They have been going. Some of them were. You've lost some. It's desertion in a way. They were shot when they were trying to rob other people. They were stabbed when they got into places. So you've lost a good quarter of your followers who were. And oh, let me roll one die because on evens, Teddy is gone. On odds, Pugsley is gone.
Oh, you fuck. There's no good answer.
It's odds. Poor Pugsley. He was coming from the Thunderground, running the errands for the spin doctors when someone knew he was from your crew and took him out with prejudice.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it's not good. And Teddy is not happy. She saw Pugsley as kind of a little brother, annoying, but proud. And she is desperately trying to get you to go on the offensive. There are idols left. The Church of Idolatry is showing off its power with a concert to try and bring people together, try to get its idols to go back together, but it's not going as well as they would like. It seems that Mama Sass and Catman are not doing well together for some reason that I think you know is why. But I think Teddy is. We meet with uh, Teddy walking with Jackal towards a large dust stalker vehicle, and she bangs on Hella's dust stalker with her fist. Hey! And this is probably the first time you've heard her raise her voice in pretty much any emotion for a while. God damn it! Are you in there?
The fuck do you want? I was sleeping.
We have a job.
I suddenly appear in the window and roll it down. You have my attention.
And Teddy pulls off her high-tech backpack and keeps the bear that is on it and places it down. Buckaroo's services to augment this dust stalker bastard into something that can take you wherever you want to go, dust or no dust. Enough gasoline to get you where you want to go, and I'll even give up my backpack if you help us. I want the church gone, and we need a warrior. Jackal, are you okay with this?
I put a hand up. I have a barter that I am offering. Teddy's backpack should likely stay with her if the barter is amenable. Of course, with the promise of more. What we are building is something that will last a great deal longer than what the idols have set up.
Okay, so dropping barter is like a manipulate, or I assume you're using it to manipulate.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm offering a barter to get her to do what we want.
I was thinking manipulate instead of seduce, basically.
Yeah. No, I got you. I'm not very good at that whole seduction.
Yeah. And so, Hella, if you agree to take this barter, you can mark experience if you agree for their job, or you can have a stat highlight removed if you disagree.
I have one condition, and I don't think you're gonna argue about it. I don't think you're gonna have a problem with it. I want Dex dead by the end. I've had it with that asshole.
Agreed.
Done.
Yes, and I think Jackal, you feel the ether around you thrumming with your power. It feels like it's on its last legs. Like it might be another day or two before the spin doctors lose their power. But as you two are in the street, I think they're. Do you invite them into your Dust Stalker, Hella, or do you let them go
What?
about their business?
I'm going to make my friends walk? Hell no.
Yeah. So, where do you want to take them, Jackal? Jackal, is your old garage still useful, or have you moved to Buckaroo's special store as a meeting place?
I think the special store is an excellent place to meet.
Yeah. So I think you all walk in, like the last few people of Jackal's followers are, like, I think many of them are lamenting about Pugsley. Many of them are lamenting about the others they've lost. You see Hummer humming like, I think she's actually singing, or they are actually singing a threnody for the lost, and Buckaroo is in back with the pieces from the siblings who didn't make it, trying to piece together something interesting. And he looks up at Jackal, and he sees Hella, and there's like this nervous smile as he keeps his distance from her. Oh, hey, boss. Nothing much has changed. I'm trying to keep things under control, but they're aching for blood.
They will get it.
What's the plan? As he looks at Hella, it's like knows the plan is probably not going to be subtle.
There are only two idols left. It is time for them to fall.
You're not to be a nitpicker, boss, but I mean, isn't Dean Brooks like the idol of idols?
Yes, he is the top of the pyramid. Bit more than an idol. Perhaps like a god. But once we've removed the support structure underneath him, he will fall as well. We will need Lace and Dolly.
I think if it's fine, we will scene cut to Lace and Dolly. And I think if it's okay that Dolly's family is putting on a show of Golden Age songs with these lost bits of music that Lace and Dolly scrounged together. And I think in the audience is also Skulljack and Grace Jonesing. Grace Jonesing having come out of the Thunderground for the first time in quite a while. And I think Grace Jones, Lace, what are you doing during this performance of Golden Age songs? Are you up there dancing with these queens? Are you admiring them and helping them, like passing on the songs to the players piecemeal?
I think, yeah, passing on the music, helping Dolly's house, like, come on, get off, kind of working stage manager duty a little bit more behind the scenes than she normally is.
Mm-hmm. And Dolly, are you going to put on a show for the people?
Oh, absolutely, yes. In these times of trouble, people need something to cling on to inspire their lives. So yes, despite all the trials and tribulations, the show must go on and all that. So
yes, I will say that once Dolly gets out on stage and begins tromping about, picking up the small sheaves of barter that are handed to her off the stage, that it feels charged if she wants to read a situation.
that's
Maybe someone is watching in bad faith.
that's a 10.
Ooh, ask 3 questions.
I'm gonna roll dangerous and sexy while David's mulling over those questions. If that is
Ooh,
okay.
that is perfectly okay.
Let's keep those in the chamber. I shouldn't have said that. Because I rolled snake eyes.
Oh, that is almost three times in a row.
We'll see how that plays out.
Cool. So I think my first question will be, what should I be on the lookout for?
Catman's true fans, which are in the audience.
Ooh. Which enemy is the biggest threat?
The biggest threat would be, you don't know their name, but there is this rugged-looking woman who is carrying a claw hammer, like in hand, and coming towards you.
Sure thing. Yeah. And ooh. Yeah, I'll go with what's my enemy's true position?
I would say that the true position is, I don't want to say mingled within the audience, because that seems too bad, but like in one direct, the enemy's true position is the Church of Idolatry. In the other way, the true position is a grouping at one of the tables that you had to like pre-order for the show that you could pay for people, and you realize that the person coming towards you with the claw hammer is has her eyes glued to lace.
Sure thing. Thank you.
What do you do?
Yeah, so I think I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to kind of during my performance, I'm going to kind of lock eyes with Skulljack and kind of give him the sort of nod over to the table that these people are sat at, while I'm kind of dancing on the stage. I will slip the straight razor out from one sleeve of my long gloves, and hold it ready behind my back for when this person with the claw hammer leaps onto the stage.
I would say, do you want to seize their moment of surprise by force?
That sounds good. Yeah.
Okay, roll me sharp +1 for reading the situation.
That's an 11 in total.
Choose 3.
Yes. So I think I think I'm going to go for I inflict terrible harm, I suffer little harm, and I impress, dismay, or frighten my enemy. I think I managed to kind of, I think as they kind of leap up onto the stage, I think I pull the straight razor and slash it at them, it sort of, without breaking stride in time with the music.
And you chose to inflict terrible harm or take little harm?
Both, yes.
Oh.
I'm
sorry, I was reading the chat a bit. And,
no worries. And the final one was yes, to impress or intimidate.
Naturally.
Yeah. So the hammer, you're wearing valuable fashion, I believe.
I am indeed, yes.
So yeah, the claw hammer gets caught in your silks when it's brought down close to you, as like they feel the slight sting of a razor cutting them, which if you've ever been cut by a razor, it feels almost like nothing at first, then a lot of something. And so this woman is, I think, standing there with her hammer caught in your dress for a bit. You take no harm because of the armor and the little harm. And she drops the hammer, pulls back, and just clutches at her face as blood begins pouring out of her hand. And she drops to the floor, and you hear Skulljack laugh mightily as his big hatchet comes out and points at one of the men who were standing up from the table. And I think Jolene jumps off the stage, her cavalry saber in hand, as she lands on the table and points it at the other people who were trying to get rather busy with their time. And you hear, I think this is taking place at Don't Tell Mama, and you hear Mama from the back just cock a large fuck off shotgun. And it's like, God damn it, one fine night ruined by a bunch of freaks. Okay. And starts motioning them towards the side. Jolene and Skulljack manage to get the people at the table lined up. The woman on stage is panting and wailing in agony from her attacking, but is quite prone to being questioned if anyone wants to. Or they want to question any of the other people that are being put against the wall. And I think like Dolly just posed dramatically with the razor glinting in the light at the song, holding the high note in a lip sync, and the crowd is just, yes, fan snap, Barter's throat on the stage.
Just covered in blood.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So what do you two do?
What the fuck? I am like in front of Tyrell because this child needs to be protected. More so than I apparently need to be protected at all times. Just what the fuck was that?
I believe these people are fans of Catman for some reason or other.
And you hear the woman on the ground. His music is euphoric. Ow! Oh, protect me, my idol. Give me. And she starts like gripping on your dress, getting blood smears on it.
I will, step on her fingers with one high-heeled shoe, and say, "Look, sweetie, I understand you had some fascination for the creature, but look, it wasn't even us that killed him."
Oh, Catman's still alive.
Oh, is he? I thought he was one of the ones that was killed. Sorry, my
No.
mistake. There was quite a lot of blood spilt.
You've killed off the brothers and sisters of Catman. You won't hurt him. And she's like tries to pull her fingers out of she can't let go of her head, or she will not let go of her face, and she can't pull her fingers from under your shoes.
Well, honestly, you're not making a very good case for us keeping him alive, are you?
Fine. Kill me. Be a murderer like everyone knows you are.
Dolly, don't. If
Look,
you do, we're just as bad as they are.
No, Lace is quite right. If you promise not to harm me or mine again, you are free to walk away here with what remains of your life. I just urge you to consider before frittering it away on someone unworthy.
You hear probably something unsettling as she begins to laugh. Who says we haven't already hurt them? As Tyrell begins to throw up and drops his drink.
What did you do?
You'll never be able to find out which.
Oh, motherfucker. I am gonna stride over to her, and I'm pulling out one of my blades, and I'm trying to take the answers out of her by force.
Oh, gods. Be careful.
With my shit stat, but like this is what we're doing.
Well, are you going aggro against her? Not seizing by force?
Seizing by force is also hard.
Seizing by force means you automatically deal harm, though, and she's near death. Going aggro is threatening.
Mm.
And they're both hard stats. So
They're both hard stats, and you have 4 people left, so it's not like she really needs to survive.
I was gonna go aggro and see where this escalates to because it will.
Okay.
If I keep rolling like butt, which I didn't. I think I still have a negative to hard. Still 9. It's a 9.
Ooh.
Can I try and aid with this?
Yes, you may. By I guess stepping on her fingers a bit hard.
Yeah, no, exactly. I'll apply some pressure, both literally and figuratively.
Give them good rolls.
That's an 8.
You get
which
a
is
plus
a +1.
Yes, you got a 10 in Lace. Yeah, so does she cave though? Let me check my options since this is what I get to decide.
This is what you get to decide.
Yeah, I think she pulls her hand off her face, and like you're holding the knife like directly in front of her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like, it looks wicked. Like I think Dolly cut her from like one side, like down an eye and everything, and she just headbutts your knife, and it goes through her eye, and she falls down, and she just goes limp.
Shit. There are still 4 more of them, but this was not what I expected.
Yeah, these are true fans.
Just wanted one quiet night. Holy shit.
And I think like that's when you notice Grace Jonesing is actually like looking at Tyrell's eruption, and she like runs her hands through. It's like there's dust in here.
There's what?
I think they poisoned them with raw, unfiltered dust from the edges of Gnashville.
How many of them had what he had?
And I think like not everyone did. I think Tyrell has like the Shirley Temples of the drinks, of course. But like there are several people in Don't Tell Mamas which are showing signs of this, like, shaking. No one's bleeding or like losing. Like it's not terribly violent yet, but Grace Jonesing stands up. It's like, if we get them to the Thunderground, I can cure this. We have dealt with this stuff before. We will deal with it again. But we can clear out their systems. We can keep them entertained. We can keep the dust away from them. No one will die. And she looks at the 4 people. No one important will die.
Tell me what you need me to do.
And she looks at the four, like, keep them out of our way. And she looks at Dolly. It's like, you may want to come with us to the Thunderground to make sure your family is well kept.
Of course, I will accompany you.
And you hear Mama's going up to the four people who are held up, and she, like, and Skulljack is holding his huge fuck off big gun hatchet towards one of them, and I think this one's sort of a neophyte acolyte kind of person, and he's shaking, and he did not expect to see his mentor kill herself so violently. It's like, I have some answers. There's going to be a show tomorrow. Mama Sass and Catman on the same stage. They don't seem to want to do it, and you see, like, the other three people, like, trying to move to shut him up. What do you do?
Any of you touch him, Mama's gonna put a fucking bullet in you.
And she levels shotgun, and I think Jolene steps in front of the people and pulls out her cavalry pistol, her, like, old breech load musket pistol, and has her cavalry save her up. It's like, oh, boys, it's been a long time since I skewered some pigs. Please, give me a reason. Give me a better reason. And he's going off, the guy's going off and sort of sobbing, and but explains that tomorrow there's going to be a major show to try and consolidate power at the Church of Idolatry. You just need a ticket.
And I don't suppose you lovely lads would happen to have any spare tickets on you, would you?
He throws his to the ground. We all have one.
I go and I stand in front of him and I lean down to pick it up.
He lets you, as Skulljack has the gun directly pointed to his head.
I appreciate this. Really, I do.
This is too much. They said I didn't have to be a slave anymore, and they're running out of resources, you know.
Trust me, there are ways to escape that life. I've done it. I'm lying, by the way. And I, like, gesture to Grace. Look at Grace jonesing.
And I think
you're better than this.
And she's helping the people up to their feet, getting other people from the Thunderground ready to lead them off. And he nods. Like, they get their claws into you, their hooks. They make you do things you never thought you'd do.
But trust me, you are better than this. All of you are better than this. Be on the right side.
I don't want to be on any side. I just want to go.
Trust me, I want that too.
You're not like at all like they said you'd be. They said you used dark magics to influence people.
Things that they don't understand, they call dark magic. Is being nice magic?
It's rare.
We can make it a little bit less rare.
Do you want to try to manipulate him into your
Yep.
service? Yes. Say, like, I don't think you have, or do you have hypnotic?
I don't have hypnotic. Wait, no, I do have hypnotic.
Oh, do you want to get a mole in the church?
Ooh, that sounds like a good option.
Roll that hot.
Hey. 9, 11.
You get 3 hold. He can spend that hold doing what he thinks you want. Oh, this is going to be wonderful. I think it's probably time for the first break since we were doing the Gauntlet Con stuff. So meet back at 22 after the hour, a 8-minute break or so. Is that Bob the drag queen for your picture, David?
It is, yes, yeah.
There is actually a picture of her like that's perfect for the apocalypse I've seen, but I mean yours is perfect for your character, so
Yeah, I'd been struggling to find a good picture that quite captured what I wanted, and I stumbled across that one. I was like, yeah, no, that's definitely the one.
hey guys.
Hi.
And I think we're going to move to another scene of. I want to know what would Jackal be doing at this time. Which I think like, there are several people being led out of Don't Tell Mamas to the Thunderground, and
I
like
think
enough.
following along those lines seems appropriate and also does a good job of getting us together. So it seems like a win-win.
Say like, did Lace and Dolly go with these people to the Thunderground? Well, Dolly probably should. Lace.
I'm wondering if it behooves me to stay behind or not. It does. Lace feels guilty and as if this was her fault. Because it is. Now I think as long as like Skulljack and Mama have everything under control, I think she's gonna follow the rest.
Okay. And Jackal, are you bringing any of your followers and/or Hella with you?
Definitely Hella and Teddy, although Teddy seems to be a little dangerous right now.
Did we forget that I'm driving Jackal around right now?
Oh, that's definitely a thing.
Like I think Teddy comes with a package.
Yeah, so I think you guys are walking towards the Thunderground, and a huge Dolly will recognize it as a dust stalker pulls up with Hella at the wheel.
Just Teddy up on the like outside.
I think Teddy's in like the storage room in the back, tweaking her teddy bears. What do you do?
Do you need a ride? Where are you going?
We're headed for the Thunderground. If you could give us a lift, that might be handy. We have some people who require medical attention that Grace can apparently administer more effectively there.
Yeah. I can walk if there isn't enough room, but as long as we can get them down safely.
Isn't enough room? Have you looked at this thing? I feel like I'm living in an RV now. Get in.
Wait, you're living in that thing?
It's like a palace in here. I mean, a palace for me. I mean, for anybody else, you'd probably get like, kind of skeeved out by like pokey bits of metal and stuff like that. But for me, it's kind of like heaven.
And Grace Jonesing looks at the thing. It's like, seems cramped. But
See? See?
She's like, but she starts like helping the sick people into the back, and she will like look around. I think there are people just sort of outside in Gnashville walking around doing their normal nightly lives kind of thing, and she'll get up. She'll get up to the front. It's like, may I ride shotgun? I have something to show you all.
Jackal rides shotgun, but you can sit right behind him and tell us. And tell us.
Fair enough. And Grace Jones will, like, I think, crawl in, like, get into like maybe the middle seat or like the like right beside Jackal, like in like the road trip kind of Sisterhood of the Traveling Scants kind of thing, and and you all will drive sort of further out. getting near the dust until Grace Jonesing reaches between her breasts, pulls out this very high-tech looking gizmo, flips open the cover, presses a button, and this garage starts rising from the ground, or this garage opening. Like you can drive the car into it and find a very vast parking lot.
Interesting.
As you're driving down, it seems the Thunderground has at least 50 vehicles. They're not nearly as souped up for war as Hela's vehicle is, but things they've collected over the years, things they've been stripping for parts for their DJ equipment, things that have survived. Like, there's more bodies of cars than there are cars, just like parts that have been stripped and strewn about. And Grace Jonesing smiles, like the Thunderground was getting ready to go to war itself. I figure since we're friends now, it's okay to tell you this, but we were going to shake the Church of Idolatry down to its very foundations and dance upon the rubble.
Dance upon the rubble? Picking Bam, the motherfucker's rubble? I like this. This is a good plan.
And now we're all in it together. I don't see any reason to stop at the foundations.
And I think Grace Jonesing looks at Jackal's like, it might be able to be repurposed.
What purpose do you believe is needed?
Well, people will always be looking for someone to tell them what to do. It would be nice for that someone to maybe never die and have a rather unique outlook on life.
She's got a point, Jackal. And I mean, liberating people and putting them in better places appears to be kind of what we do. I mean, we took care of the plantation. To me, the church is just another plantation.
The church is worse than the plantation. I was born a slave in the church. What they do is inconceivable.
Pretty sure we can drive right through the goddamn front door in this thing. Or, if you wanted to, could try to use this tank to strike at the foundation and bring the building down. Leave a whole lot fewer people to fight.
Well, I'm sure this will be great for whatever they're planning for tomorrow. And I think Grace Jonesing looks at Lace. It's like in Dolly for like the tickets they've collected for the show. And like if they want to pass those out to Jackal and Hela.
We do have tickets. Not that perhaps they'll be as necessary with such a imposing vehicle as this, but at the same time, sometimes the more I hate to use the word subtle, but
yeah, subtle. Yeah, that's it. That's okay. I'm not offended. I mean, I'm not saying that my approach is the only one. It's not. I'm not saying it's the most effective. I'm just saying it's an approach.
We could do both.
I'm afraid they're going to be using the slaves they have as shields, as bodies. I wouldn't want to risk their lives for this.
God damn it. Why do these motherfuckers always put innocence in the way?
Because they're fucking cowards is why.
Why can't they just have the decency to stand out in the open so I can fucking shoot them and go on about my day?
Because they're fucking cowards. That's why.
It's just rude. It is inconsiderate and it is rude. And someone should have taught them manners a long time ago. That when somebody wants to shoot you, you stand there and you fucking get shot. You don't put somebody who doesn't have any part of it in front of you so they get shot first. Jesus. Who raised these people?
And I think Lace's new friend like taps Lace on the shoulder a bit and like looks kind of sheepish. I could, if we decorated this thing a bit more, I could say that Skulljack had sent his regards after the High Life thing, and I think there's something from history, a Trojan horse.
Decoration, you say?
Yeah, I mean, the church likes its vans having those, space princess, rocker, babe outlines on the sides.
So you're gonna paint rainbows and shit on this thing?
I was thinking more like a Pegasus flying over an open field. Call it Elysia.
All right. We can paint this thing up with some cute shit.
And I'm going to spend one of his holds so he will tell you some important information. They've hired Dez's savage wolves to patrol the grounds tomorrow for the show.
They did what?
He's been saying that he's the reason you've not been around, Hella, that he scared you off, that you're too afraid to face him. The church bought it.
Oh. It is time to drop a dime on that motherfucker. I'm not sure which is going to hurt him more. Killing him or telling him the truth.
I think Grace Jonesing just sort of like pushes a hand on this guy's face and sort of gets up in front. Like, I believe killing him will make it hurt less. It'll stop it for a bit, at least.
Oh, it does.
Hella.
Yes.
Do whatever you want to Des. Tried to get in my pants last week and it was weird. Okay. But we have to make sure that we remember what the true end goal is.
Sarabelle, of all people, know how carefully I target my violence. It's not that I want to kill lots of people. I just want to kill the right ones. If you just remove, you can remove a strategic brick from a building and the entire thing crumbles. Well, the same thing's true with people. And if Des is gone, the savage wolves might actually turn out to be perfectly productive citizens of Gnashville. Well, as productive as any of us are, I should say. But yes, the goal here is removing the church. But I have a sneaking suspicion we might be able to get the savage wolves on our side once they realize who Des truly is.
If they survive.
Well, yeah, there's that. But I figure if I can get to Des and I can take him out and, well, if we deal with Des, we may have a few more allies on our side once they realize they've been had.
Yeah. And I think you guys have gotten deep enough in the Thunderground, like the very heartbeating is permeating through the walls, and Hella can pull into a parking space, and Grace Jonesing will get out, like press a button to signal the medics to come. Like the same medic who came to see Lace that night is leading this sort of swarm of doctors who come like with stretchers to start taking care of the patients.
I brought him back his book.
Yeah, I think he takes the book. It's like, oh, thank you. I mean, a 61st read won't hurt.
If I had more time to prepare, I would have tried to find something a little bit fresher.
I think he smiles. Like, from the looks of things, I may be walking on the surface a bit more soon.
And I hope to see you there.
Yeah, so I think, do we want a scene planning what we're going to do, or is Hella going to try and just burst in through Dez's gang at that one entrance place, like that one entrance place. But
we probably planning. What even is a plan? Really?
Yeah, I was
So-
going to say, I think planning, I see it more as just spending a montage tatting up the van, to be honest. But
And maybe figuring out what other people are going to do, because I mean,
Hella's got a plan.
subtlety is the province of Dolly and Lace. Hella's idea of subtle is throwing a grenade into a room to announce her entrance. I mean, that's how she says, "Knock, knock, motherfucker."
oh, Hella. You're like Wonder Woman on adrenaline.
God bless.
Wonder Woman on adrenaline. Well, but with a body count. So a little bit of a planning montage might be a good idea to figure out how other people are going to gain access and what they are going to do to try to leverage their strengths against the church. Because, I mean, I'd just drive into the goddamn building and start shooting.
Oh,
that's not a plan.
Yeah. And does Lace want to hand out any more friendship charms?
Yes. I have been trying to find a time. But yes, everyone gets to have a friendship charm.
Friendship charms?
Yeah. It allows me to help you at a distance. Because we're friends.
Friendship is tragic.
Friendship is violence.
Lace, this is the nicest thing anybody's done for me since my mom gave me my first gun.
Oh.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Would it be weird if I asked for a hug?
No. How long have we known each other that you haven't hugged me before?
Well, this is just really nice. That's
I would say this would be dramatic intimacy, but the Battle Babes special move would just cancel it out. Yeah, so I think we get a scene of the van being painted, that montage, the sleeper Manchurian agent going to report back, but he would be the only one returning, and he is the lowest on the totem pole, so let me roll 2d6 and see how well he does, just because I don't want to just say he dies automatically, and I'll be using Jackal's dice because they have been helping me so well.
This is like a last person running to marathon kind of situation.
Got a 7. So I think it's Lace and Jackal are going to probably have to find a way, since they're the ones, like Lace is the witch, Jackal is the one who has killed 3 idols. And
it was 4 Lace. It was 4 Lace.
Yeah,
I am simply here to serve.
Yeah, but I think that this guy, which I will name Darrow, has lied that Dez has been requesting Hella's presence. So Hella and I think Dolly and any of her family she wants to bring can sneak in undetected.
Excellent. So yeah, I'll definitely be bringing Jolene along. Jolene and Skulljack, I think. I don't know if there's anyone else I want to be dragging into a... No, I think it will probably just be... I tell you what, I'll bring Moxie as well.
Yeah, Dinah needs to stay home and keep the security down.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so I think you guys are being snuck. You guys get in through the main gates of and like they said, there are several slaves just being like marched to the borders. Some are there for their bodies, and some have satchels on them that are probably primed with explosives. So yeah, they're using these people as fences and a force to fight. And you hear this song being projected over the speakers, and it is Mama Sass. So the NPC threat move of the fat lady singing is in effect. And as you guys are driving through this little place, you start coming closer and closer to the Church of Idolatry itself. It's set up this grand stage where there are several like FOMO people there early to get the best seats, to get the best places to view, to try and get autographs of their fans. Mama Sass is on stage singing her heart out with her glass machete in one hand and the microphone in another. Catman is nowhere to be seen, probably prowling around somewhere on the grounds. But Dez and his entire gang are milling about, doing their bodyguard shit. And I'll leave it up to Hella. Hella, when does Dez notice you, if he does at all?
I believe he notices me when I kick in the goddamn door and say, I hear you had some shit to say, bitch.
Dez, I think, is... Are you going aggro on him?
Not just yet.
Yeah, I think he looks... well, also, this is a charge situation, so if anyone wants to read it, go ahead. Oh, the two people who aren't there.
Oh, we're not there. That's right. Okay, cool. Sorry.
I'll read it.
Yeah. Roll that sharp.
That
Ooh,
is 10
11.
plus 1. So I mark XP for that, correct?
Correct.
All right. And okay, let me pull up the basic moves here. God damn it. Where are the basic moves?
They are in the ref book. Yeah.
Hang on, I'm just going to go to my manual here. That's why I had it marked. So, reading a charged situation. What should I be on the lookout for?
Dez's people have grown in size. They are larger than they were before.
They're physically larger, or there are more of them?
There are more of them. They are a medium gang now.
All right. I was going to say, I didn't think you had access to any kind of crazy steroids.
Nope, no mutants.
All righty. What's my enemy's true position? And I'm asking, I know where Dez is. I want to know how his gang is set up.
The majority of his gang is... you notice that there are very few of the slave bodies to your west, and that most of those people are Dez's gang, that they are patrolling that area to make sure no one comes in.
Patrolling to the west. Okay. I think I know which enemy is most vulnerable to me, but I'm going to go ahead and ask that anyway, just to get that +1. Yeah.
Oh, you get +2 because of your perfect instincts.
Alrighty. So there's the 3.
Yep. And Dez looks like, holy shit, you're alive.
Yeah. See, that kind of happens sometimes. You know, when you don't die because you're good at what you do.
Fucking
At this
bitch.
point, I'm going to raise my voice. Because is there a move where I can kind of talk shit where I can kind of like yell at his gang to kind of undercut him? Or do I just do that?
There's no move to really do that. You could you could seize his gang's surprise by force with the machine guns in the car by rolling cool to do that, which would be a total of +5 for you. You could try to seize Dez's control of the gang
Mm-hmm.
and just attack him and show your prowess over him.
Did anybody come with me?
Dolly did.
Dolly,
She's in the car.
Dolly's in the car. Okay. So I could basically just like wave my hand and Dolly could roll in and just machine gun the hell out of everything.
Yes.
And would Dolly still get the +3?
Dolly would be using her cool stat, and because of the car's machine guns,
Mm-hmm.
but not the +2 from your perfect instincts.
Mm.
Though you've just kicked the door open, you could still be in the car. You didn't say you stepped out.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, I'm actually out of the car. Dolly's can use the machine guns if things go sideways, and I believe that's how he planned it. Because, again, you don't have to kill everybody. You just have to kill the key person. So, wolves. Did Des ever tell you exactly why we broke up?
I think there are a few around. It was like, said you were a dead fish in bed.
Oh, did he? Would you like to know why we really broke up?
And you see them going for their guns as Dez is like trying desperately to pull his out of his holster.
You see, Des and I broke up because he shit on my vintage strap-on harness. This motherfucker can't hold his shit together, and you are following somebody who literally cannot hold his shit together. Is this really? And he said, I was like,
Yeah.
Des, you ain't walking out of this one alive. The rest of you have a choice.
So what move are you making?
I am trying to seize control of Dez's gang.
Okay. Roll plus hard +2.
Plus hard +2. So that is 9 on the dice. +2 makes it 11. And hard
Is -2.
But what hard is minus? Oh, I'm looking at laces. So that gives me a 9.
Yes, and does Lace want to help from afar?
Hell yeah. Mostly because I think Des might still recognize that the friendship bracelet is something related to me, but still.
Yeah.
And everyone's standing up today. Plus our HS. It's 11 plus 1. Still great. +2. Take it +2, man.
Okay, so because Mama Sass is singing, you only get 2 choices on Seize by Force.
Okay.
Yep.
All righty. Let me pull a Seize by Force, you said. God, finding this stuff is difficult.
Page 29 of the ref book.
Okay. Of the ref book. Hang on. I was actually looking at the manual. 29. Never mind. I'm on it. Okay. So what are the options that I have, since you said 2 of them are off the
No, you only get 2 choices. They're not off the
Okay.
table.
Where you normally would get 3.
Yeah.
I think I take definite and undeniable control of it, and I pretty much impress the wolves, dismay Dex, and terrify Deck or Des.
Okay, you are going to be taking 3 harm minus your armor as Dez pulls out his fuck off magnum and shoots at you. I assume you're using your shotgun to do this.
Well, of course. Why wouldn't I be?
Yeah, so he's going to take some harm from that minus his armor. But
So let's see. My armor is 2, and so I'm taking what, 1 harm?
yeah, so roll now the harm move is fun. Roll a 2d6 plus 1. And this one you want to miss.
Yeah, I want to roll low.
Yeah, which thankfully burned
9.
over. Okay, I think. Ooh, what do I take from you? Or what do I get to do? Yeah, you're going to miss noticing something important.
Okay. Well, I am kind of focused on him at this point. So
Yes, and I will throw a tactical move towards Dolly, since these are not often thought of. Does Dolly want to keep an eye out for what's coming?
Oh yeah, that definitely sounds like a thing she does.
Roll plus sharp.
That's a 10.
You hold 3. You may direct an ally's attention to danger. You may direct an ally's attention to an enemy. Give a PC ally an order, instruction, or suggestion. And direct a PC's attention to an enemy. I think you can use the first 2 on the PCs, and so yeah, I see some of them work for just your allies as well. So yay. Again, page 29 in the ref book. But I think what the gang is now much more impressed with Hella. Dez is stumbling back with buckshot in his bulletproof vest, clutching his chest. There is some blood coming through as this did penetrate, like apparently Hella did as well early on. And I think the gang is just howling with laughter at Dez's fumbling. But Dolly, what you notice coming from the sides is the Catman running through the trees near the Church of Idolatry. What does Dolly do?
Yeah, so I think I'll call out to Hella. If you finish playing with your little friend, there's some larger game for us to hunt coming up on the side over there. And I'll gesture towards where the Catman is. And I will spend a hold to direct Hella towards towards an enemy.
So you're giving her +1 choice to their move.
Yeah.
Okay.
can I send the wolves after the Catman?
You certainly can. Do you want to seize by force using your new gang?
That sounds like fun. Let's do that.
Oh, yay. Roll plus hard.
Oh, God. My hard stat is useless. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Don't I have an ability that allows me to... Okay, only in
Going aggro.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, that's 6 plus hard is probably bad. Yeah, that's a 4.
You get 1 choice because of Dolly's wonderful ally, wonderful help. So you can inflict terrible harm. You can have your gang take little harm if you care about them, since Jackal is not the entire game. You can take undeniable control of whatever you're going up against, or you can impress, dismay, or frighten what you're going up against.
Dolly, what do we want to do with the cat man?
A rug? I honestly don't mind.
So basically what you're saying is we want him dead.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Let's inflict terrible harm.
Oh, goody. Well, the gang was a 4-harm medium gang. You have inflicted a grand total of 6 harm on him because they are 2 sizes larger than him. No, 7 because of the terrible harm. Yeah, so I think he will deal drastic. Well, your gang will take 2 harm from his relentless fury, which means he would normally have been dealing 4 harm. And yeah, he is. I think
Yeah, right.
Mama Sass is like actually noticing this though, and is making moves to get closer to the Church of Idolatry. But the Catman is a rug, a very impressive rug.
Well, he's all yours now. Hope you like the new house decoration.
Oh, it will really tie the room together, I think.
It's about time we replaced that rug, isn't it? I mean, you could have taken any rug in the house here, but I mean, yeah, that one looks good. So, Des, back to you.
And Dez is now hightailing it away from Hella. He does not want to have any part of this, and he's trying to get close to Mama Sass.
All right, I want to go aggro on him.
Okay. What weapon are you using?
I'm using my shotgun with the slugs.
Okay. Roll cool +2 because you still have perfect instincts from Dez.
Oh, that's wow. The die, it's 11 on the dice.
So that's a 4. So that's a 16.
Cool. Yeah. And
wow.
That's new. That I just leveled up.
I would just an aside. I would suggest the move Merciless from the Battle Babe.
I already have Merciless.
Oh, then you inflicted 8 damage on the Catman. There may not be anything left for there to be a rug. I hope you like claw jewelry, Dolly. So yeah, Dez is going to suck it up and take whatever you fire at him. You deal your shotgun's harm plus Merciless.
So let's see. There's a +1 from Merciless, and the shotgun is what, +3? Yeah, 3 harm.
Yeah, Dez takes 3 harm thanks to his armor sucking 1. But yeah, Dez is dead.
Useless little asshole.
Well, quite from what I've heard.
God, this game. Yeah, and I think Mama Sass has made it to the Church of Idolatry. Her song cuts out. There is much. I think you see that there's several of the slaves are moving towards the gang, towards the car, but we will cut to Lace and Jackal, as Grace Jonesing has taken you to a special place in the Thunderground, a place that is near enough the wonderful, wonderful location of the Church of Idolatry, and with enough high-tech bullshit that she can lift the ground and raise the Thunderground to the sky and the dust of Gnashville itself, as she is bringing you two and the Thunderground to Gnashville proper.
Wow, that's pretty epic.
Oh, this is so good.
I think just as all this is happening, Jackal has been in as subtle as Jackal is able, trying to be near Lace. Yes. And Jack will ask, what do you think of the upgrades I have performed on myself?
Oh goodness, this is so great. At least as they've been like heading to this place, and as the entire Thunderground is slowly being ratcheted up into the open air, has been like just wringing her hands, having everything soak in. Oh, they're nice. Who did that for you? Is it Buckaroo?
Buckaroo took me to the bunker where there were other models like me. I cannibalized several of them for parts to make sure that I would be able to sustain the upcoming battle. I hoped that it would make me look more appealing.
I can't remember a time you haven't looked appealing, Jackal.
Before, when I killed the first idol, I have reflected upon it for quite a while. I believe it may have given the appearance that I killed Lucy when she spoke those lies because I was afraid that you would hear them and think that they were true. In actuality, there was, at that time, an anger within me. Lucy accused me of willfully casting aside you whenever you no longer served a use for me, and I realized that logically that is how I should approach the situation. But I find that I could never do such a thing.
Jackal, what am I?
What are you?
The church says I'm a witch, and I have some kind of power, I think. And I'm scared that all of this is happening because of me. And it only makes sense that this is happening because of me.
It is happening because of you, but that does not make it wrong. You're a catalyst. You're an instrument of change. To others. To me. You are the person I care most about. These idols must die because they pose a threat to you.
This sounds like a scene of intimacy. Do you want to trigger your special moves?
Yeah.
So, Lace, since yours is the most complicated of them all, you choose first.
All of my everything is the most complicated. Choose one. Take +1 forward. I'm just gonna take that communal +1 forward because we're gonna need it.
Sweet. And then we both have one hold to help or interfere with each other.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I think Grace Jonesing smiles and is like she's on this massive DJ platform. She lowers her sunglasses. Nice going, lovebirds. But I think it's time to storm the gates. And she begins playing her battle song.
Ooh, we have actual YouTube link to music.
Send me that good link.
Yeah, and I think the Thunderground is beginning to storm out from their their hidden depths as the music starts permeating Gnashville, clashing with Mama Sass, and you hear Grace jonesing barely above it. It's like, time to pump up the bass, bitches. And she begins drowning out Mama Sass's song, which is no longer in effect for battle moves. So yes, Jackal, you are at the gates of the Church of Idolatry. Inside, not are those that have been keeping Lace tied down. You can see the bloodshed. You can see the Thunderground people like going out hugging the slaves, putting flowers in their hair, trying to drag them to the Thunderground to freedom, giving you pass through. There are still some dangerous ones, but Jackal and Lace, what do you do?
In hopes of supporting Lace's action, I would like to speak some truth to those wayward souls and slaves and tell them that all the gods, all the idols will die today.
I would like you to do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
I wish to try to engage Frenzy, so I will roll plus weird. And this music is playing in the background, so it's pretty exciting. I'm probably going to roll poorly now that I mentioned that I'm actually still listening to this awesome song. Sweet. That is an 11. That is an 11. I hold 3. I want them to unite and fight for me as a gang.
Oh dear.
Yeah, and I want them to bring. Do we have just Dean and which?
Mama Sass.
So Mama Sass, bring forth Mama Sass to us.
Oh, I think the ones with their satchels begin spinning, and they turn on the Church of Idolatry. Satchels go flying, and they hit the side of the church. Explosions go off. The ground rumbles, not just with the Thunderground's music, but with the sound of revolt as the church walls begin crumbling. People inside the church, the rich, the spoiled, the upper crusts of this world, begin fleeing as this is not what they signed up for. And the slaves? Well, it seems wherever Jackal goes, the slaves revolt. And roll me to seize Mama Sass by force with your newfound gang.
Awesome. So I just rolled weird, so I need to increase my XP, and I'm about to roll hard with my gang, so that will get me to an advance. Here we go. I may need help, just in case, just in case. Okay, so that's a 7 plus 1, 2 from hard, puts me to a 9.
Oh, we forgot to add the +1 from Lace's special move. That's a 10.
Oh. Okay. Well, I've now marked that off, so I won't use it again. Although we could say that should have. It was a +1 forward. It should have been on the last move. Maybe
it should have, but
okay.
I'm a fair ferret.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you very much. So let me look at Seize by Force because it has some options. Dang it, I went the wrong way on the thing. Haha, here we go. 3 options. Jackal is consistent, and it does not choose suffer little harm. But inflicting terrible harm, yes. Definite undeniable control of it, yes. And I think it is perhaps dismaying that Mama Sass here.
I think because also because you told them to bring her to you, that you get Mama Sass, but I mean the church is falling. Dean Brooks comes with her.
It's like a gift with purchase, guys.
But yeah, Dean Brooks is not maintained by your gang. He is walking through them like Moses parting the Red Sea. And Mama Sass is kneeling, her hands bloody from like gripping through the leather on her glass machete. And she is prostrate before Jackal, before Lace, and Dean Brooks points at Jackal, servant of the witch. You have destroyed the one true calling of Gnashville. The dust shall take you all.
I serve her proudly. Gnashville will recover.
You do not know what you do, you walking android. You are nothing. I dub thee the paranoid android. And his voice begins reverberating as I think, yes, Jackal, take Psy-Harm.
Nice. That sucks, but yay.
Roll 2d6 plus 1.
Okay, here we go.
Now you know how I feel.
Yep. Oh, I have
Oh.
rolled a 5 plus 1, makes it a 6.
Oh, you bastard. The game is rigged and you keep winning. So I think Jackal actually learns the song Paranoid Android by or the album Paranoid Android by Radiohead, I believe it is. And you are full of lost music. How do you use it?
I think that Jackal will lift up a flap of its skin, and as we had Grace Jonesing like spinning, it plugs an aux cable into its neck and then plays forth the music for Grace Jonesing to use as she would.
Yes, and Lace, what are you doing? Because I don't want to take this moment from you, unless you want to see, like, do battle with Grace as Grace Jonesing as your weapon.
I didn't know I could do that.
Oh, that's why I told you.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's good. I am not built for fighting, but Grace Jonesing definitely is.
Yeah, roll that hard plus 1.
Yeah. That's not good.
Oh.
That's 4 on the dice. Yep, 4 straight.
I would like to help for. It's going to only move you to a 6. Wait,
6, yeah.
Did you remember your plus 1 forward?
Yes.
I did not. That was with the plus 1. Yeah.
Because that would have brought you to a straight 0 for that.
Yep.
Oh, right. And
So
with a plus 2 on help, I can only get you to a 6 anyway.
So you do not get any choices for doing battle, so she will take full harm and deal no extra harm.
Yep.
I think Grace Jonesing begins pumping up the bass, pumping up the beat, is becoming faster, better, stronger, and she lays down a sick riff which begins cracking the ground in front of Dean Brooks. And he falls a bit, catches himself on some jagged stones, and begins dragging himself back up. And he pulls out his own, as he gets onto the ground. I think Mama Sass stands up and belts out one final loud note. And Grace Jonesing begins falling backwards, blood reeling from her nose and eyes, as the crowd from Jackal begins tearing into Mama Sass.
What can I do to help Grace? So I think Jackal has, at the very least, Mama Sass dealt with.
Oh, well, to help Grace, you can find a nice place to bury her.
Oh, she's just done.
She is not recovering from this.
Oh, damn
Oh,
it.
this is bad.
So bad. You're going to have to do it. Lace, you can do this. Take down Dean.
Oh, for fucking sure.
Unless, I mean, I think at this time we also hear
Hella.
as a revving car approaching. as Hella and Dolly have arrived on this massively uh, shaken foundation scene. So yeah, Hella or Dolly, what do you do?
Ooh. I also realized I haven't rolled dangerous and sexy in this
Oh,
scene.
correct.
That might be helpful.
This isn't charged at all.
Ah! 7. So
Hold one.
hold that one. Hey, Hella, what's up?
And just to set the scene, we have external speakers,
Nice.
and we are blasting that as we come tearing in. So, need us to machine to get it, buddy? Drive him over, put bullets in him, stab him, hit him over the head, and we got a gang here.
Do all those things.
Yes, I hope we're not late to the party.
I want him to hurt as much as he's hurt everybody here.
Well, I don't know that that's possible, but we can sure as shit put him in the ground.
And Dean Brooks is rising, blood on his hands from the jagged rocks he had to crawl out of the pit from. He throws the blood on the ground and reaches for one of the satchels and begins to spin with the explosives. You're not sure where he's going to throw them, though. What do you do?
I'm going to stomp on the accelerator and hit the machine guns.
Okay. Sees Dean Brooks by force using cool.
Okay. That's 10 on the dice.
That's a 13. Choose 3.
All right. Seize by force. I'm pretty sure I still have that open. Oh, I do. So this is a guy we want dead, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and I choose 3.
Yes. And I will say, you're running him over as well as shooting him, I assume.
Yes.
Okay,
So we're inflicting terrible harm.
Yeah, so that is with merciless. Merciless. That's +1, +2, 3 from massive, +3 from a direct hit. This is 8 harm AP.
Are you including the machine guns in there?
Since you're running him over with a car, that like the machine guns are just sort of extra effect.
Okay,
they're cosmetic.
Suggestion.
Cosmetic machine gun would be a great band name, by the way.
I just have to say, it's like when you're sitting there saying that 30 to 50 cal bullets are cosmetic effect. That's when you know you're doing some damage. So
that's a lot of damage.
We're going to inflict terrible harm. We're going to suffer little harm and take definite and undeniable control of it.
Of his life.
Yeah, so you run over him before he is able to throw his satchel of explosives. Your car does get rocked by the explosion, but will only take 2 harm, so none blows in through you guys. Okay. So your car is a bit dinged up. Oh no! But Dean Brooks has lived a life of pampering. He's lived a life of wonderment. He dies under a wheel. He pops like a grape as you roll over him. Do you reverse and make sure?
Ferret, you've known me for several months. So you know that I think that anything worth doing is worth doing well, and usually at least twice.
So there is Lace learns a new dance as she sees the car spinning in circles, going over the body again and again until it is
some donuts on this motherfucker.
Yeah, until it is a fine pulp. The church is barely standing. The lost music inside that was held away from all those is far, far removed. And Hella, you can see, Hella and Dolly, you're close enough to Dean Brooks, you see this odd, like, dust devil whip up and dissipate in the world. But I'm going to ask Jackal and Lace a question, and whoever they decide on, well, the spirit has come upon you. The spirit is impressed. Is Lace or Jackal the new idol of Gnashville?
Has to be Lace. Right?
Oh, I'm up for a reluctant idol.
You're not sure, or you are?
No, I know that I am, but the question is, do I want to be?
Well, I think like the spirit has come upon you. What do you say to the spirit?
Oh, that's rough. Because there has to be an idol in that.
There doesn't have to be. There just never has been none. So I'm basically asking you, what do you tell the psychic maelstrom when it tries to bless you with a gift?
Jackal will immediately say, if there is an idol, it is Lace. She is mine.
Oh, it should be so hard. But I think she says no.
Yeah. And I think there is a cloying hand grasping at Lace's brain as the dust finds no purchase in you. And this dust devil that was rising from Dean Brooks grows bigger and bigger, rises into the air. There is this humanoid face which just looms down as the dust nearly screams. And Grace Jonesing, in her last moment, cranks up the volume to 11 and shatters the psychic maelstrom in front of you, leaving you all cleansed, the church in ruins. Her final act, one of defiance.
Nice.
Nah.
I think this is time for epilogues.
By that.
So we will go in reverse character keeper order for epilogues. So Hella, what happens with you and the Savage Wolves?
Fast forward a couple months out. Hella is, of course, drinking at her favorite dive bar. Cheap shit, as usual. The wolves they're still a gang, and they're doing actual bodyguard work. They're effectively something of a burgeoning police force around Gnashville to keep things chill, settle disputes, just trying to keep the peace, which is strange for them. I mean, every once in a while, Hella calls on a couple of them and they go off and they do a job together because, even when you're trying to keep the peace, sometimes people just need to get shot in the head. That's how you have to do it sometimes.
Keeps peace.
But for the most part, she's not retired by any stretch of the imagination, but she's found a new sort of peace in this burgeoning land of freedom.
Lace, what are you doing?
Oh, I've had all of a minute to think about. I think after this day that, that the church has been reduced rubble, great, that Lace just kind of disappears into the Thunderground to, finish what Grace Jonesing started and to maintain her legacy.
Do you take the remnants of the Church of Idolatry, the slaves, into your Thunderground? Yeah. I think that there is a new diva of the Thunderground, a new spin doctor in the making.
It's hard, but we'll learn.
Okay. Okay. Is it Lace Jonesing?
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah.
So, Jackal, what happens with you and yours?
I think that now that the threat has passed, Jackal is able to focus more processing cycles on fulfilling the promise made to its followers and all of the slaves from the houses and the idols and all the like. It starts to form them into a type of community that exists here in the newly reminted Gnashville.
Does anyone ever find the bunker, or do you keep that a closely guarded secret?
Oh yeah, Jackal definitely like keeps it as a very guarded secret. But I think maybe within the epilogue we see a slightly masculine figure that looks like Jackal among the crowd.
Ooh. And Dolly, our sweet mother whose house survived. I am surprised. What does Dolly and hers do?
Yeah, so again, I think it's maybe a couple of months later, but we see sort of Dolly in front of her, possibly a new clutch of family members. A few of the familiar faces sort of arrayed around the edge of the room, but she's got one of those kind of dance instructor canes in hand, and she says, "Darlings, some people have said that the idols have left Gnashville. But the truth is that anyone with, well, sufficient practice and je ne sais quoi can be an idol. We merely don't need anyone else to tell us that." And I think then we sort of see her sort of striding off stage and running a hand down Skulljack's chest, and he's in the frilly pirate shirt.
Yes, that is great. Thank you, everyone who has watched and joined us on this adventure. I'm going to end the broadcast, and we shall do the final roses and thorns.
All right.